This is pretty awesome. This is Schoolhouse Falls on Greenland Creek. This is Tranquility Point on the northern end of Little Green Mountain. Really amazing exposed rock. I was just up there, but this has much more expansive views. Hey everyone, it is Saturday, April the 21st, around 2:45 p.m. and this weekend I'm backpacking in Panthertown Valley of Nantahala National Forest. I started my day around 1 p.m. at Cold Mountain Gap, which is the primary eastern access into the valley. My first stop was Schoolhouse Falls, and from there I took the Little Green Trail up to the summit of Little Green Mountain, which is just back there. Now I'm at the northern tip of Little Green Mountain, nicknamed Tranquility Point, which has amazing views. Little Green Mountain and the other mountains in Panthertown Valley are plutons similar to Looking Glass Rock, John Rock, and Stone Mountain. The valley has a complicated network of official and unofficial trails, but most of them are very easy because they follow forest road or carriage road grades. I have about 3 to 3.5 hours left of hiking before I have to find a campsite for the night. I think what I'm going to do is drop down below the mountain and follow Panthertown Creek for a bit, and then follow the Devil's Elbow Trail north to the Tuckasegee River and check out a few waterfalls there. It's a very beautiful weekend. The weather is currently about 55 to 60 degrees. There are a lot of people out in the trails, so I need to find a campsite that avoids the most popular areas, which is the northern end of the valley, kind of on the other side of Black Rock Mountain behind me. So we'll see. I hope you enjoy this tour. I'm trying to map out a good weekend loop for hiking upward, and I don't know if I'll make a lot of mistakes or not, so come along with me. At the edge of Tranquility Point, on the northern end of Little Green Mountain, looking north-northwest across the Panthertown Creek Valley, at the massive exposed cliffs of Black Rock Mountain. This long ridge towards the west is Big Green Mountain, and crazy exposed cliffs of Little Green Mountain. Really awesome spot. I'm currently heading west on the Max Gap Trail. This is a really flat, pleasant trail, and I've passed some incredible campsites. I decided to do a little bit longer of a loop than I originally planned because the hiking is so easy. So right now I'm kind of doing a wide horseshoe type loop out to Granny Burrell Falls before circling back around to Panthertown Creek. This is Granny Burrell Falls on Panthertown Creek. It could be Beryl. It's spelled with 2 R's and 2 L's. I'm not sure which is the correct pronunciation, The sun is really killing my view, but this is a small, not very appealing waterfall. Just a double slide, about 15 feet total maybe. But it's a really cool little area. And it seems like a really safe swimming hole for kids. A lot of flat rocks. And downstream there are some sandbars. So pretty cool hangout spot. But I wouldn't go out of my way just to see this waterfall. Really incredible pine tree campsites just past Panthertown Creek. Really beautiful little area. Too bad I still got about 3 hours of daylight. This would be a good spot to settle down. The Panthertown Valley Trail is also really flat. Pretty easy hiking in this trail system. This is Wardens Falls on the Tuckasegee River. The water got a lot bigger after the confluence of Panthertown Creek and Greenland Creek. The unofficial trail I came down on plopped me out right there. And no one's down here. Looks like I'm gonna get wet crossing the river. Definitely not easy even finding the scramble trail. Lots of low-lying rhododendron with my large backpack. It's pretty tough getting up to the top of this, but now the connecting trail is pretty obvious. This is Elbow Falls on the Tuckasegee River. It's a small waterfall, but it's a really awesome area. As you can see, the waterfall takes a sharp turn here, and then it swings around the rock in a horseshoe-like fashion and continues downstream. Really cool area. I don't think it was the smartest thing to do, but I just crossed the river right here above the lower slide of Redbud Falls. I had to because there really is no way to view it from this side. Really cool area. It's not like a awesome waterfall per se, but it's a massive exposed rock slide. Really easy to explore once you cross the river. And it has this really awesome rock wall. The base of Redbud Falls. This is about as remote as you'll get in the Devil's Elbow area of the Tuckasegee River. Really awesome spot. Look at that incredible pool right there. Here's the area I had to cross to get back and forth. All right, it is the end of day one for me. I ended up hiking around 5.5 hours, and it was around 9.3 miles, but that includes a lot of backtracking throughout the day because the trail system is very confusing. It's around 7:30 p.m., but I actually got to this campsite around 5:15 because I liked it so much I dropped my pack, I grabbed my GPS and poles, and continued north on the Devil's Elbow Trail to see Elbow Falls and Redbud Falls. On the way back, I tried to find Riding Ford Falls with no luck. Not too worried about it because it's supposed to be one of the least attractive falls in the Panthertown Valley. And I came here, this is right at the junction of the Riding Ford Trail where it crosses the Tuckasegee River. You can hear it right behind me. The last waterfall you saw in the video was Jawbone Falls. It's about 200 yards through the trees there. That's a really nice waterfall, around 40 or 50 feet high. And it had a really large swimming hole below it. It had a sandy beach that was a good campsite, but there was a family there and there wasn't much room for another tent. So I came back here and I have it all to myself to spread out, hang all my stuff up, and have a good night. So let me show you what I got going on with all my camping gear. This is my campsite, a lot of room. I picked the most primo spot, I think, the flattest, most level. Got all my stuff hanging up everywhere. Today I wore full rail riders gear, my new pants, which I love. This is the first time I wore the long sleeve shirt, the Journeyman, and that felt great. Still loving my new Outdoor Research Sunrunner cap, and got some other stuff hanging up over there, towel, t-shirt. My shoes, pretty wet. I had to cross the river a couple times, and I hope they dry out like that. So I brought the bear canister today. It's not too bad, you know, taking it solo. I can fit everything in here, no problem. And the past few years, there have been a lot of problem bears in Panthertown Valley. A lot of warnings from the Nantahala Ranger District. I think, given the issues in the next few years, they might make carrying bear canisters a requirement, so I thought I'd go ahead and do that. When I go by myself, I like to bring dry food, no stove because it saves weight, especially if I'm only going for 1 or 2 nights. So I just brought some sorpressata, some cheese, some sour sweet tarts. I could also get into some beef jerky. I've got trail mix, some energy chews, and mint Milano cookies, and a kashi bar. These are cool. Got a pint of black box Cabernet Sauvignon. That's really good single serving. That's about 3 glasses of wine. Perfect for an overnighter. And honestly, I like drinking wine more than whiskey on a camping trip. It's just a little bit more relaxing. Other stuff, there's my Panthertown map, all of my toiletries and other stuff in those little stuff sacks. This is my Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2 tent. It has the Mountain Glow lights. They're not on right now because it's not dark, and you wouldn't be able to see them anyways. It's going to be about 40 degrees tonight, maybe 38 through 44. That's kind of the range that I saw in the forecast. So I brought my Mass Drop 35 degree down quilt. That should be sufficient. I have my Climate pillow. That's only 2 or 3 ounces, incredibly light and compact, but it's not the most comfortable pillow. This is my Xped UL Sin mat. It's one of the lightest ultralight mats you can buy. It's only 11 ounces, very comfortable. And typically I like to bring my Thermarest Z-Lite Soul Pad to increase my R rating, because this Xped is not insulated. it only has an R of like a 2.8 or 3. So usually I like to bring a foam pad to sleep warmer and also to protect my insulated pad. But I got a great tip from Evan's Backpacking Videos. He's a prominent YouTuber. I'm friends with him online. He uses this Reflectix building insulation, and it is pretty cool. I got it on Amazon, a roll of 10 feet by 24 inches for $18. So I cut it to size. I cut it to 6 feet, which is the same length as my insulated pad, and I can cut the corners and everything if I want. But it's basically aluminum foil bubble wrap, and it's supposed to have a really good R value. I think about sleeping on the ground 3 to 5 range, and it's durable, and I don't really care if I mess it up because it's so cheap. So this is cool. I'm really looking forward to using this in the future. And there is Riding Ford just down there. Really easy to fill up, wash my hands. This is a really great tent site. I forgot to mention, I'm using my Osprey Aether 60 on this trip. I've had this pack for about 8 years, and it's the main pack I've used backpacking. It's definitely on the heavy side. Osprey, their regular Aethers and Atmos packs are usually between 4 to 6 pounds. This is over 5 pounds, and it's fine for a overnight or a two night trip. But if you're trying to stuff a week's worth of food in there, it can get pretty uncomfortable and heavy. I actually have a new pack on the way from Granite Gear. It's a custom pack through Mass Drop, and that is also going to be a 60-liter pack, but it's going to be 2.5 pounds lighter than this pack, and I'm very much looking forward to getting it soon so I can cut some weight. But this was very comfortable today. I actually did not take it off for 5 hours straight.